On the day of the interview, Stanley arrived at the venue to meet a huge crowd of almost 100 job seekers, all aiming for the same job opening. What shocked him more was that the company had shut the gates, and the applicants were left to mill about and discuss in groups. Soon, they were moved into a large reception hall. As they were waiting, that was where Stanley overheard one of the workers tell the other that he was pitying the applicants because the job had already been offered to the chairman's choice. Stanley felt defeated. He suddenly felt there was no point staying further and walked away from the interview venue, feeling lost and not knowing what to do. He sat down hopelessly by the roadside, thinking of his lot. He was hungry but decided he would save the remainder of the transport fare so he could partially repay the neighbor who had lent it to him. "Bros, how far?" Stanley looked up to see a Molly sausage roll hawker looking down at him. "This one way you siddin' for roadside like this. Hope all is well," the hawker continued. For the first time since he came to Big City, Stanley opened up to someone about his frustrations getting a job despite his second-class upper bachelor's degree. Archie the hawker listened patiently as Stanley told him of his frustrations. Stanley said he felt he should go back to the village but feared for the future. After Stanley had calmed down, Archie suggested he try out hawking Molly sausage roll. He added that with hawking Molly, Stanley could make ends meet at least. All he needed to do was to put his ego aside and join in the hustle. Stanley decided to try the business. He found out that with his speed, he could outpace the other sellers, but he was careful not to get hit by oncoming cars, and he was able to make some money from day-to-day sales. From this income, Stanley started saving money and sending some back to his mom. He disciplined himself and didn't womanize too much. He didn't drink too much. Soon, Stanley was known for his energy selling Molly sausage roll, and his smile and customer-friendly approach made him popular among the motorists who faced traffic going home in the rush hour. His hard work did not go unnoticed by the marketing department of Molly sausage roll, which gave him a large reward for being one of the biggest small sellers of Molly sausage roll in that area. With the prize money, Stanley invested in renting a little store which enabled him buy more stock, and employing and mentoring other youth in the business. And soon he became a regional supplier in charge of an entire distribution region. After a few years of this, he found he had become comfortable enough to move to a better location, buy a car, find a serious girlfriend. Stanley started expanding his business empire to other areas of Big City. Stanley had finally won the battle against hunger. This story was culled from short stories by Prince Charles Ofakaja. Moral of the story: try to turn your disappointments into an advantage. Don't let your problem be a problem. Be determined to thrive in spite of the problem. Yes, you can.